Hi everybody, it's Nick. I hope you're safe and well. I guess I'm wanting to share a bit of my journey really on this period of reflection and redefinition that I'm going through in terms of my career and how I want my future to look. And I know that psychologically it's a key point for me because I'm 50 years old this year. So I think there's a real line in the sand for me. Also, there's no two ways about it, having now, this is my third year that I've been in the menopause, and it is a transformational point in a woman's life. And I think your perspective changes enormously about, how you want your life to be, what your values are, the type of work you want to do, how you want to spend your time, what your priorities are, all kinds of things, even your energy levels. I mean, so much changes with the menopause. But I thought it might be useful to share just a few observations, I guess, and things that are happening to me as I'm going through this process. So one of the things that I have definitely noticed, and I've noticed it of myself and I've noticed it of others, is that very often we are drawn into jobs and careers that don't necessarily bring us joy. They might bring us a certain level of satisfaction for a certain point in time, but predominantly we can almost get a little bit trapped because of this fear of scarcity, or this fear of the unknown. So we tend to stay with what we know. And I've caught myself several times over the years going back to what I know, and it's like a comfort blanket. But in parallel, and I think it's the first time I've really allowed that this part of me to have a voice, have been other things in me that I've wanted to do, and other areas, so it may well be that I've been working on a very large program and there's a specific thing that I've done, I've gone, oh my God, that I find that so exciting and it really brings me alive, but it's just been one small part of it. And actually, I just keep going back to doing the same type of stuff. And I've had these chinks of light that have really, really brought me to life. And I've definitely got to the stage now, and I think mortality does this for us all, and I think that's why it's actually very healthy for us to have discussions around mortality and time and all the rest of it, and our legacy and how we want things to be. Is I'm saying, actually, I don't just want those chinks anymore. I want those chinks to be my career. That's what I want to be able to do. And I think I've observed that it's actually quite rare for people to genuinely be doing jobs that bring them joy, because we live in a world where we have quite a strong narrative and series of expectations upon us. It's quite scary to step out of the norm, and actually we've got to pay our bills. And secondly, I think that also then leads to the fact that we don't necessarily give ourselves the space and time that we need to really understand what it is that gives us joy in the first place. Because it's actually quite painful, I've found, looking at things that give me joy if I'm not able to do them. Make me feel quite sad. That's not always an easy thing to do. But I have made a decision that one way or another, I am going to find a way to do them. Now, one of the things I did years ago when I left the corporate world and I decided I wanted to set up my own boutique consultancy, which I did, and I was so passionate about, and I was so driven, it was unbelievable, was I was really strict with myself, and I wrote a business case, and I made myself answer some really hard questions in that business case about its raison d'etre, its values, its principles, who, where, what, all of that. I did that really hard thinking, which was right at the point in time for what I wanted to do. And you know what? We had a great run. It was called N Squared Consulting. At a heyday, I probably had 7 or 8 consultants working within the firm, and it was a great point in time. But as with everything, you do move on. I had 3 young children, and I made the choice to step out for a while and focus on my family, which was my choice. Now my children are older, and I have this thing called nickdavis.com, which honestly, that was just the website name that was available. I didn't really put any more thought into it than that. And for the last 2 or 3 years, I've just been building this website, which is this very eclectic combination of different things, of my writing, of my mentoring and coaching, and of my consulting and my transformation skills in the business world. And the reason it's so eclectic is because I'm actually quite eclectic. And what that website has been is just been a home, really, that over time, it's been a bit of an organic evolution with it, where it's just housed all of my thoughts and my things as they've come to me, but I've never really cleaned house with it. I've never really stood back and gone, what's it all about? It's just been a place to catch my thoughts and so forth. And maybe it was waiting for this point in time where I would have the time to do something with it. And I'm now at the point where I'm standing back going, okay, I want to do something with it. I want to do something really meaningful with it. I want to create more value in this world. I want to somehow pull together all of the different facets of who I am to create some meaningful work for me and for others. And yes, to create a more stable income stream. But I do believe that will follow if I'm doing the right work. But this time, I don't want to call it a business case because that just feels too transactional and too one-dimensional. So at the minute, it's just titled, What is the Case for Its Existence? And I don't even know whether I'll change the name or not at the minute. Because I want it to be more humane and deeper than just about business. Because business is ultimately about people. It's ultimately about relationships. And I haven't got that far, but I've got a little way. And I know that my 3 founding core values is I want to find joy in the work I do. I want to have fun. I want my heart to sing. I want to be passionate. And I want to have lots of energy about the work that I'm doing. I want to do stuff I really, really love. And if I really, really love it, that's when I'm really, really good and my full potential's reached. That's really important. Second value is I want balance. So I know the minute I lose balance, my potential and my overall well-being really, really suffers. And that balances all aspects of my life in terms of my professional and intellectual world, my relationships, my family time, my space for myself, whatever it is, I want to have some balance. And the third thing, which is equally as important, is human connection. I really love people and I love deep and meaningful relationships. I really want to get to know people and I really want to have that depth of relationship, which is based on real honesty and really being able to show up and own up. And I guess I'm sharing this because even doing all of this, I have noticed about myself that the thing that has probably stopped me doing this for as long as it has probably been the fear of the unknown, the fear of scarcity. And there's been a few things today that I've seen which have triggered me immediately because I've gone, oh my God, should I apply for that? Should I go back there? Because that would be more stable and that would be easier for me because, it's a world I know. And actually, I'm talking about some other world that I'm not even sure I can define yet. And I'm not even sure I know how to sell into it. And all of these kind of worries. And I'm thinking, no. Do you want joy in your work? Do you want joy? Do you want balance? Do you want human connection? Right. Then the definition of insanity is when you keep doing what you've always done and expecting something different. So I wanted to share that because I think what holds a lot of us back, I know it does me, is fear. And I've actually written it at the top of the case for its existence, is that line of what makes me scared, to remind myself so I can see it and move past it, because otherwise I will never go and seize this brave new world, and I will never know what I could have. I would have been the woman who could have but didn't have. So I thought I would just share part of this journey because it might resonate with others, and if it inspires or sparks a thought in you to be able to use what you have right here, right now, in some way to get closer to what your joy is, and even to be able to open your eyes to what it is, then that will be a really great thing. Hope that helps. Lots of love. Bye.